G'day, I'm Leon Smith from Te Pari Products, and today we're going to cover the top 15 features of our steel cattle yard systems. At Te Pari we've been designing and engineering cattle handling systems for over 25 years. Our team has extensive experience and knowledge and understand the challenges that come with working with cattle. We work closely with our customers to innovate our range to provide a complete cattle handling system for safety and efficiency. Starting at the entrance of the yard, the first feature is the ultimate gate. With no obstruction on the ground, the trip hazard is removed and there's no visual barrier that would cause the cattle to balk as they flow into the yard. The second feature is our rattle-free design. Now, a common perception with cattle yards is the noise and rattles created. That perception is from temporary or poorly designed yards with no actual clamping system, and instead only secured with drop pins. Because the yards are not clamped, when contact is made with the rails, a rattle is produced and that rattle circles as far as that length of panel goes. However, with the Te Pari system, each panel is clamped at the top and at the bottom and was secured to the concrete with a dynabolt. So what is the benefit of bolting panels to the ground? Firstly, if your post is only Duragalved, not hot dip galvanizing, and set in concrete, your post will start to corrode from the inside and out from the muck and the moisture. However, in a Te Pari cattle yard, every panel is hot dip galvanized and it's secured by a galvanized bolt with a stainless steel sleeve. The same strength is achieved, the panels don't rust, and if you're ever to move, you can take your yard with you. Another advantage of bolting them to the ground is the speed of install. Typically we only require one person on site for 2 to 3 days for a 150 head yard. The third feature of our yards is our access gates. These provide a 750mm opening and are positioned throughout the yard for quick and easy access. The next feature is our slam latches. These are fitted to every gate and can be operated from both sides. These are fitted with a nylon bush and a plastic striker insert to reduce noise. Any exposed edge is rounded to prevent stock bruising. As you move the cattle up through the yard towards the race, we have our C-force gate. This is a 3.2 metre gate pivoted off a centre post, which when moved around directly feeds the race. The C-force pen holds 15 to 20 cattle, which gives you capacity for filling the race 2 to 3 times. The C-force gate is fitted with an auto backing latch, which when released, latches, protecting the operator. The bottom half of the gate is sheeted, protecting the operator, and the top half remains open, providing visibility into the pen. The next feature is our curved cattle race. The first thing you'll notice is there's no overhead obstruction. This design is our U-bow system. Each panel is connected by a U-bow. This gives a consistent width, provides extra strength, and gives access to every animal. The seventh feature is our sliding race gates. These are mounted at the start of the race and at the entry to the crush. However, we recommend mounting one midpoint in your race to minimise cattle movement. The sliding gate is a compact design which opens away from the operator and has an auto lock in the closed position, which stops the animals from knocking it open. The next feature is our extra wide catwalk. This catwalk is 1 metre wide, which allows plenty of room for operators to pass each other as they work down the race. Typically timber is used as our catwalk surface, however you do have the option to upgrade to steel or fiberglass mesh. A handrail is also optional, and we highly recommend this when cattle are being held in the area next to the catwalk. The next feature to discuss is our cattle race panels. Our standard cattle race is a 1.8 metre panel on the outside, and on the inside it's a lower height of 1.45 for best access to your stock. However, if you do have larger cattle and prefer extra height on the race, we do have our drop top panels. As the name suggests, the top rail folds down and can be returned to full height when required. The 10th feature is the calf reducing system. This means the race can be narrowed down and prevents calves from turning in the race. The standard width is 750mm and there's 8 positions of adjustment, with the smallest being 450mm. Another benefit of the calf reducer system is it brings the cattle in closer to the operator. Designed with safety in mind, many of our cattle yards include a cattle-free zone beside the race and working area. Having a cattle-free zone is extremely important. It provides peace of mind when you're operating the crush, and and provides an area you can store your supplies when processing cattle. The 12th feature of our yard is the cattle rail. This is a custom profile we've developed, superior for its strength and cattle visibility. The result is a higher tensile oval profile, 67 by 48mm and a 2mm wall thickness. When cattle are moving in the yards, all the pressure is on the side of the panel. So we've designed our cattle rail, which is a wider profile, which gives greater lateral strength. So when you compare the custom Te Pari cattle rail with the standard rail, it's wider, it's stronger,
and it's backed by our standard 5-year warranty.
Another advantage of the custom cattle rail is the visibility. If cattle can see their peers through the pens, it keeps them a lot quieter. The last feature of our cattle rail is its anti-bruise. It retains the strength of a square profile, but has no sharp edges or pressure points. At Te Pari, we have a reputation of building quality products that are not just built to last, but built to outlast. And this is why we hot dip galvanise all steel components after fabrication. This means everything is dipped and cleaned in acid first to remove traces of scale or rust, and then dipped in galvanising zinc, coating it completely, including places unreachable by spray or powder coating. The next feature of our yards is cattle flow. Studies show that cattle work best when circling around the operator, and that means yards shall not have any pinch points, corners or long straight runs facing the handler. All Te Pari yards are designed with circular flow in mind. This design keeps the cattle calm because they're never in a direct line of sight of the handler. Another unique feature is only one operator is required for moving cattle within the yards. The final feature is Te Pari provide a turnkey cattle yard system. A turnkey yard for Te Pari includes a detailed site plan, installation of the concrete we required, and then final installation of the yard itself. This makes it hassle-free, leaving you to focus on running your property. At Te Pari Products, we know it's a tough job working the land because we've been helping farmers for the last 25 years. We're committed to providing hard-working, reliable, stock handling equipment for your farming operation. Researched and developed on farm, our products are designed to exceed your expectations. If you'd like to know more, visit our website or give us a call.